Well, look at that awesome-looking congregation. This is the fourth Transgender Day of Remembrance service that I've put together here at Mill Creek. When I first envisioned this service, in an effort to keep things fresh and innovative, I thought that a massive 50 helium-filled balloon release with pictures of the transgender victims attached to the balloon ribbons would dramatically and graphically convey the enormity of the carnage of our transgender siblings, perhaps even garnering some news coverage. Alas, thanks to my granddaughter, I discovered that doing a balloon release of that size would probably garner me a hefty fine and perhaps a year of community service picking up trash along the highway. And to be honest, as you might imagine, that didn't sound like something I wanted to do, so as a matter of practicality, and since my mom didn't grow her no dummy, we'll be doing something a bit simpler this morning. That being said, this morning we gather in the gentle shelter of our congregation to hold sacred space for truth spoken, lives lived, and lives lost. We come together on a day that aches with memory and compassion, a day when the names and the stories of transgender children, siblings, elders, and friends echo among us, calling for justice and love. Some came to themselves in stages, each step a revelation, each revelation a risk and a miracle. Some claim their truth in whispers, others in shouts, many in the quiet bravery of daily living. In the face of shadow, hostility, and silence, our trans and non-binary siblings have forged paths with courage and resilience. But there is pain here too, a wound deepened by violence, ignorance, and fear. This day remembers the lives that were cut short, often brutally, simply for being. It remembers those who have walked away from daylight and into unfathomable sorrow. It mourns for the laughter unshared, the dreams unfulfilled, the potential left unrealized. Grief and anger intertwined, and we acknowledge them. We refuse to shy away from the injustice and the cruelty that met these beloved ones. We name with honest hearts the brokenness of a world where unbiased dignity is still a dream. But we also remember the gifts, the creativity, the wisdom, and the fierce ordinary beauty brought into this world by every trans person here and gone. Our congregation pledges to build sanctuary, offering our lives, our loves, our words, our deeds, to create a safe haven where each person is cherished, seen, and welcome. Here, pronouns convey respect and care. Here, gender diversity is not an exception, it is an expectation, woven into the tapestry of our shared humanity. We recognize remembrance alone is not enough. If we honor the lives lost, we must also stand for the living. May we transform remembrance into responsibility to learn, to listen, to defend, to heal. May we teach our children to celebrate each other's truth. May we challenge injustice and transphobia wherever it arises, in law, in faith, in friendship, in family. On this Transgender Day of Remembrance, let our hearts be both tender and firm. Let us be the light that endures beyond the vigil candles, kindling a flame of hope and transformation. Let grief call forth compassion. Let memory call forth resolve. Let those whom we remember be honored, not only in our words, but in the boldness of our action. May we never forget the depth of loss, nor the boundless possibility of love. In observance of Transgender Day of Remembrance, I'm asking you to join with me in a ritual of remembrance to acknowledge the trans lives that have been lost during the year. Shortly, Stephen, Amy, and Jamie will light 50 candles on the Joys and Sorrows table in commemoration of this year's series of victims. At the same time, we'll be distributing LED candles to all of you. I want you to envision those candles as the spirit of one of the victims. I want you to turn your candle on and tenderly hold it as you would hold a dying child. For after all, every transgender victim was somebody's child. And then I'm going to ask you to do something really hard, something that's a challenge in today's shortest attention span theater world. I'm asking you to watch a video slideshow of the lost with mindfulness and full attention. You'll be able to see their faces, their names, and where they lived and the tragedies that befell them. As the images and the minutes slip by, just as it happens when you meditate, your mind will inevitably wander. When that happens, I ask you to quickly recenter yourself and start again. That act of discipline and sacrifice says to the spirits of the lost, you are worthy, I see you, and you are loved. Just as I did with the marbles last year, at the end of the service, I want you to take your LED light home. Put it somewhere where you'll see it from time to time and turn it on. And each time you do, you will remember, and you will reignite the spark of their spirit. During the ritual, Paul Cardell's A Sensus Christi, a piano rhapsody, will be playing. It's a profoundly moving and meditative piece that elegantly bridges faith, hope, and the search for transcendence. Cardell's composition journeys from solemn reflection to radiant affirmation. Designed as a rhapsody, it's a free-flowing form that allows for dramatic shifts and deep expressiveness, well supporting this presentation. The music will offer you a soundscape for reflection, solace, and ultimately a firm declaration that love and community are stronger than loss. Cardell's talent for composing deeply moving, healing music is celebrated for its ability to offer solace to those experiencing grief and questions of worthiness, which are universal themes that the LGBTQ community is particularly prone to. In A Sensus Christi, Cardell has woven gentle melodies and dramatic contrasts, providing a space where silence, memory, and aspiration are not only possible, but sacred. So now I'm going to ask Russell and Terry to distribute the LED candles, and for my candle lighters to come up here and light, and as soon as we get that done, then we'll start to run the slideshow.
Honey Walker. Jill Heathers Bouvier. Megan Jordan Cridley. Raven Syed. San Coleman. Allison Ketchum. Jay Flores. Leah Joe. Serenity Birdsong. Spencer James Castle. Sydney Lee Phillips. Quenisha Chantel. Kyla Jane Walker. Arilasia Wright. Roy Mora. Aziza Barnes. Cam Thompson. Mecca Shabazz. Parker Savarese. Liza Ray Shoup. Aubrey Dameron. Tahiri Broom. Sam Nordquist. Irviana Johnson. Linda Becerra Moran. Jordan May. Caitlin Renetta Benoit. Kaitoria Lucynthia Banks. Nora Horwitz. Kelsey Elam. Shiparius Dupree. Carmen Wells. Charlotte Fosgate. Jonathan Joss. Jax Grattan. Laura Schuler. Emma Slabach. J.J. Godby. Christina Hayes. Gabrielle Nguyen. Lily Dawn Harkins. Kamora Woods. Artie Cassidy Beowulf Gibson. Dream Jonaeon. Blair Sawyer. Rosa Machuca. Kasi Ria. Onyx Cornish. Tiara Love Tori Jackson.